guy was telling this next guy in an interview that a wise man told him that if you were to distribute the wealth amongst the world evenly, the wealth will fall back into like the same hands or the same type of hands. That's because I know generations and stuff, but I feel like among society, there's always a certain type of people that are always still gonna be like, how do you say, like the opposite of overachiever and stuff like that. Yeah. So what do you guys think about that?
I mean, I agree with that.
Yeah,
I agree with that because let's take it in. Just because you give everyone the same amount of money doesn't mean everyone's gonna have the same results. Like even look at during the COVID, the stimmies, the CERB checks, right? People got funded. Some people lost that 2Gs the moment they got it.
The whole year, my guy.
Bro,
so many tech piece I seen.
The amount of whips that were getting modded on the road, bro, that was just too much,
right? Like
every man had Hemi.
Like
all of a sudden, bro.
I'm seeing man's now hoarding 15K Beamers, sir.
Yeah.
Hoarding is
the amount of whips.
I swear to God. I swear.
The amount of whips I was seeing on the road during this pandemic, bro, when mans were cashing them 2-band checks.
I dropped a full 8 racks on
every whip I seen, bro.
I mean, they got it. They got it.
Adding mufflers, bro. Tuning their whips, making their whips mad loud.
Yeah, that's fucking
right? You know what I mean? Because they got the guap, but in CERB stopped. And where are you now? Where are you now? What are you doing now? Because jobs are not easy to find right now. Facts. The whole COVID thing. Bare people just got laid off. So what are you really saying, fam? You should be saving that money, you fool. You know?
But CERB stopped a year ago. If you're still saving,
circle of money.
Because CERB stopped a year ago, didn't it?
No, CERB, the recent one just stopped. Now they implemented a new one where it's $300 a week, but it's a certain it's a lot less, and you need to like qualify for it. Like I feel like the qualifications are a little bit more difficult. You feel me? I'm not saying like I'm the best when it comes to like saving bands. But I do know that like the choices that you make financially, like they might seem a little like minuscule in the moment until it's 6 months down the line. You're like, damn, I could have really used that too.
Yeah, but
I spent, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But even going back to the first point that Dewan was bringing up, it's everyone values different things in their lives. Let's say the peak of a man's life or a guy's life is he wants to get a new Beamer. A Beamer is what he needs for him to feel complete. So now telling this man the same, now tell him, yo, hey, there's mans like that. Now telling that same man, yo, save your money. Like we could tell him till the cows come home, yo, that's not a smart financial decision. Cars depreciate as soon as it comes off the lot. Stuff like that. You can tell the person that, but if that's what they want to do, that's what they want to do.
Yeah.
I mean, you're gonna struggle and you're gonna have to deal with it. But in the end, like, the people who value making money or providing a service that people find valuable, the more they're gonna make money.
And I hear that, but yo, just as like you're saying, like say for example, if I love, you know, one of my favorite whips is the Hellcat. You know what I mean? Like the Hellcat Challenger, not the Charger 4 doors. You know, I like that that coupe thing. You know what I mean? Just me and whoever type of vibes. If I want a Hellcat, how I would see it is like, yo, boom, let's say for example things are tough and I end up scooping it and like I'm down bad, right? How I see it is, yo, why don't you just slap it on Turo, for example?
On what?
On Turo, like an app where you literally are able to make money off the whip that you already have.
Turo, yeah.
Or whatever apps. There's a lot of apps that are coming out where it's like, yo, you could literally make money. That turns into an asset because now you're collecting.
Make money how?
Because like you rent out your car.
Yeah.
But there's a special insurance on it. Yeah, fam. People make money off of that.
No. It's like B&B for your whip.
I understand. I understand that, but you're understanding that you're renting out your Hellcat to people you don't know if they're greasy with it.
But
fully insured.
But it's but what I'm trying to say is like there's percentages. There's things in place. Yeah, it's not no like I'm just giving it and you just gonna mash up my whip and now I have no whip type of vibe. It's like there's things in place. You know,
what would you drive when they're renting it out? What would you drive?
I would just hold that for however long. Yeah, like I would just vibe. Remote work, bro. I kick up in the crib for a weekend. I rent it out every weekend. I would just vibe with my boys the whole weekend or something like that. 2 days of the week, I'm collecting cash. And then Monday to Friday, You know, I'm nice. I'm pulling up on my thing, but like,
I'm sorry.
The only thing I think that like for me it's just like and I think this is perfect back to like the actual initial scenario that I brought to you guys, because you said that like if you were down bad and you copped the Hellcat, like I think if the wealth were be to distributed and there were people with that mindset, I feel like that's how the gap will go.
Because those same people are gonna buy your Hellcat.
Exactly. But what I'm saying, that's facts. But what I'm saying is, yo, if you're already down, like instead of just staying down, bro, like that could be something that could help you get back to what you're saying. Like, cause I'm like, you know, I'm thinking of a solution. I'm not thinking of like, like here I'm in this mindset and boom like that. I'm thinking of a solution. But at the same time though, if I'm thinking like that, I probably don't have the knowledge that I need. Like, why would I go out of my way to purchase something if I cannot afford it in the first place? Yeah. You feel me? Which speaks back to which speaks back to that point. Which means you don't have certain knowledge and there's certain things you need to go read Rich Dad Poor Dad, you know what I mean? Go read, there's certain books that you need to level up on to understand that, you know, like becoming rich is, you know, it's just a mindset, just like how broke is a mindset. I probably don't have those things. I'm speaking metaphorically, right? Not obviously me as an individual now. I'm speaking if I'm those mans, that's probably how they're thinking. They're probably like, they're not thinking of the whole truth thing. They're just thinking, like, let's have a little bit of bands. Let me scoop that. Exactly. Blast. They're not thinking about the repercussions. Feel me? You know, that's just how it is though. But I do understand the statement that like the wealth will be distributed back, because there's mans who have the ideology that like, yo, I could just keep buying, you know, even if it's on credit, even if it's not physical money, just love to buy, always having a new shit.
Always buy.
People who have habits like that.
A girl will pull up and all of a sudden you want to show her the world.
I mean,
and now you lost your bread.
If you really think about it,
she made her bread.
Everyone got the 20 bands. Everyone got a cool 20 bands. Like, you decided to take her out and drop like 50 on a weekend. And
she's still keeping her 22, mind you.
Well, you paid for everything.
Take that in, bro.
You know what I mean? And then I hugged my 20. I hugged my next year's 20.
Or
I invested in it.
I'm the fucking resort that you decided I bought the resort that you want to pull up.
Like, man's want to go to Dubai now because they got 20 bands in their.
Man's pull up to Dubai. You own the resort. Man's are making bread off of that. Man's are buying the drinks. You're making bread off of that. You made the plane.
Fam, what
man's
plane?
Making bread off
How'd
of
you
that.
get to Dubai?
How'd you get to the fucking plane? You got the car company.
Uber there?
You bought. You know.
You brought extra baggage?
Baggage? Clothes? Who made the clothes?
That's crazy. That's
you
crazy.
See all that bread that was
lost. I don't know what you guys are talking
about. No, we're talking about distribution of wealth. How it's being redistributed back again because all the things are spending money on.
The clothing.
Oh, you're saying all the different industries. Okay. Yeah, I thought you're talking about one man owning all this shit.
No, we're just saying like just to provide more context. We're talking about like how the wealth will be spread it back in and create a bigger gap again would be because of the decisions like I want to go Dubai and I have 20 bands in my account.
Not even you like Jordan, you like Jordans.
Yeah, you like Jordans. You know, like
even the tour thing. The man who made the concept, the app, the person who does the advertising, the credit card companies that allow you to put your credit on hold. Fam, all of a sudden you got the same amount of dollars as everybody else, and now you end up broke.
Bro, if you have a domain, you gotta pay for that. You know what I mean? There's certain things that you just have to pay for.
And it's only redistribution of wealth, not assets, right?
But at the same time,
I think like just on a whole, more times like if we were to say to all get, for example, $20,000, just everyone put it at that. Everyone liquidated their assets. They got redistributed evenly. I mean, I feel after 10 years would be another next solid gap.
You think 10?
10 years?
Maybe 5.
10 years?
I'm thinking I'm thinking 8. Like 8,
I'd
7.
say 5 to 10. To grow wealth, because like you're gonna have the mans who have the knowledge, but then you're also gonna have the
separation.
Yeah, I'm thinking separation, like how long it would take for it to get back. Well,
if we're all starting off at evil, that means that like some are gonna have to hoard and some are gonna have to spend for them to actually be
exactly.
True.
Yeah.
So it's like
10 years before that happens.
For a gap to be like wealthy and poor, like not just rich. I feel like 5 years would be like a rich and poor thing, not like a wealthy and poor thing.
Yeah, it would be a wealthy and poor thing would be 10 to 15 years is how I would see it. 10 to 15 years plus, because wealth is something that's you accumulate over time, right? It's something that like you know, you accumulate compared to like the assets you have and all that stuff, like the homes and all that stuff. If that stuff is generating you money over a span of 10 years, 10, 15 plus years, now I feel like you're starting to enter the zone of like wealth, because you're not really worried at that point. Like you've been collecting bands for like 10 to 15 years. Like you should be able to, like, you know what I mean? At that point, you're rich. You feel me? Like you're nice. You're approaching that wealth stage, and then 20 plus years, 30 plus years, and it starts 40 plus years. You pass that down to your you know, from you to your youth. Now it becomes generational, and it keeps going, keeps hitting the family. Because you know what I mean? Like off of that 20 bands alone, look at what could come from that 20 bands. Well, you have a next man who's, you know, sipping mojitos and freaking Mexico.
Yeah, mojitos, you know,
with bad shorties, but like
putting a couple strokes in. You know?
Ching, 7 racks gone. Fuck. Ching, another 7 racks gone. Like, you know, like
you're not there yet.
I mean, this goes back to, you know, the principle. You feel me? If you ain't got it,
fake it till you make it, nigga. Fake it till you make it. If you don't got it, spend it. Put it on credit.
Fuck that shit.
Put it on credit. If she told you to pay for it, pay for it.
Fuck that shit.
Because why would you mess up the love of your life? Because you want to be smart and intelligent with your money. Fuck that. Give it all up.
Sounds fucking ridiculous.
Give it all up.
Fuck that, man.
This is Malcolm Ofori, and I approve this message.
Nah, it's just
stay down and get your bread up, man.
For sure. It's definitely a vibe.
Grind,
what did we say? Episode 2? I think it was 2. It was just like, you know, if you can't fund for 3, you know, stay down.
Stay down still.
For sure.
Stay down. Secure your bread. Hopefully you didn't go broke during this new year.
Yeah, hopefully you didn't go broke during this new year, because that's what we talked about last episode. A lot of mans who are, you know, who are broke right now as they're currently speaking, you know what I mean? Because of the decisions they made over the years, you know. But like we said, like, my bad, over the new year. But this new year wasn't really that crazy because of COVID and whatnot, and like restrictions, and, you know, like entertainment being cut, and like clubs being like pretty much reduced 50% the capacity and type of vibes, and a lot of people were not going out and spending money, you know. But like, I guarantee you, yo, as soon as all this stuff is back up again, like,
we'll be right back.
Right back to it.
Yeah, right back to a lockdown.
Huh?
Right back to a lockdown.
No, I'm saying, like, once we get, because fam, they're not gonna lock it down for the whole year.
Oh yeah,
right?
fam. So you can cut this part of it. I swear. Wait, how much, bro? No, I swear. If we go into lockdown, you're collecting checks.
Depends on the rule. Because if the rule is you make more than, because the last rule is if you make more than 30K, you have to pay 50% of it. I was like, hell no.
And you make that, so like,
I was like, hell no.
Might as well just.
So that's
why I was like, let me stay. I did it up until like the limit, so I went a couple thousand under the limit.
It's a new year though. It's a new fiscal year.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. What's the limit? If it says 12,000,
right.
I'm gonna do a cool 8. Maybe 10, and then just keep the rest out of there, because you know I don't want to get too close.
Yeah,
exactly.
And then let you know.
All you gotta do is just put a good chunk of your pay like in some investments.
That's what everything I'm doing.
Don't pull out. So you know you're gonna get taxed maybe a couple of years down the line if you take some profits out, but just trap it over there.
My investments, the amount of money I slapped in investments, because I ended up doing like a savings and then an investment, just so I have like savings I can pull out in case I need it, because like I'm not working right now, and then investments. And so like that's how I wanted to do it. And then if I work, I just add that to my checking, so I keep my savings as my extra quick liquid, and then my investments. And anytime I make money, it just goes straight to investments. I know what I have in savings, I know what I have in check-ins, everything else is investments, you know.